Okay, I'm packing up the night before I go to Beaver Creek with FFV. So the dogs are going crazy. I think there was like a fox in the yard. Got the rods. Got the flies. Waders I need to bring in here. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have a good day. Somewhere past the Shenandoah Valley lies a beautiful creek full of brookie, brown, and rainbow trout. Beautiful and majestic fish, waiting to be the catch of a lifetime.
Okay, so really just the upper section, there's a
So this is Dan, he's giving out the instructions.
Above it, some really into those woods and walk around. It goes all the way down.
He's telling us where we can and cannot go.
The road, get in your car and drive down to the country store, and right there, or you can fish all the way down if you want. We're not going to assign
Dan
beats,
is the man. He's hyping everybody up to catch a fish of a lifetime.
If you don't think you need us, we'll just be there to talk and get your. We will start out this morning. How many of the? So Boyd, you're going to go with Chuck. Tony, you're a kind of a new guy.
He done messed up now.
Fisherman.
At this point, I'm thinking, oh boy, me and Chuck are about to make trouble.
Oh, he's like, you know, handed you something. I've seen you. Yeah, I've
seen you. I hook it up, man. So now my guide, Chuck, and I are walking along this cornfield, and he's taking me to a great location where he believes there's some pristine trout and maybe even some big ones. So he's pointing out the way and showing me all the runs, showing me, you know, what we're going to hit on the way back, and just getting us a good game plan together. So we look at some water, some areas to put in, and we keep on walking till we get to our designated put-in spot where we want to start. Was this Goliath of a fish on a golden retriever. So we had switched out the Willie, and we had switched out a couple other flies, and we had already hit a couple runs in potential area, and we were having no luck. But then I hooked up this enormous rainbow that ends up being something very special. So that ends up being something very special. So right now,
and this is my 3-weight. This is crazy.
This enormous rainbow. It doesn't look like much, but I'm actually using a moonshine rod 3-weight with 5X tippet.
I know.
And I don't want to pull too hard or lower my rod too low, because he's already bulldogging down pretty good, and we've been trying to corral him and get him to come to us, but he's just avoiding us. You know, I tried pointing my rod, as they say, up and along the bank and coming out, and maybe having him swim up, but he wasn't swimming up. He was actually swimming down. And that's because we were in the water, and he already knew he didn't want to come our way. We were trying to get him. So I just end up letting him do his thing. He comes back this way and starts to swim up slightly, which I think I have a chance. So I go ahead and point my rod up into the bank, and I get ready to get my net. And as soon as I start approaching him, very calmly and quietly, he takes off going back down where Chuck is, and Chuck then starts approaching him, and that's when he realizes he's not going to
don't do that.
Give us what we want, and he starts to realize that his best bet is just to swim the other direction. So he's pulling my rod, I'm walking the dog, sort of say, and We're just moving. Chuck comes to this log right here, and this big guy, he goes under this rock, and Chuck goes ahead and he lifts the log up, and I'm doing all I can. I readjust my grip. I know it looks like I'm holding the rod straight up, but I'm not. I'm holding it at about a 45-degree angle, and he is bending that rod pretty good. Now with the wide lens view, it does kind of look like I'm holding it straight up, so but I'm kind of holding it at a 45. Chuck moves the log out the way, and he starts trying to get the fish to come out by using this net right here. And this guy comes out. He actually comes out, and I actually have a slight opportunity when he comes out that I try to grab him, and I miss. So this is when he comes out, and Chuck goes to grab him, and then he comes back, and I try to grab him, and he just goes right by my net and right back under that rock to the same area. And then he books around the rock because Chuck's trying to do the same thing again, and he's like, nope, not this time. So he starts pulling me downstream, and I readjust the rod, and I'm holding it more so at, you see the 45 a little bit better because the camera angle has now changed. I have to adjust my camera. But now this guy's just going downstream, and he is just fleeing as fast as he can from us. And I don't want to put too much tension on the rod tip. And so Chuck comes around, tries to corral the fish once again, and it does not work. And we've already cleared quite a bit of stream of me walking the dog. I've been slowly releasing line out of my hand, and if you hadn't noticed, and now I'm kind of just pulling that back to gain a little bit more tension and keeping the rod at 45. You can see now he's really pulling hard down, and we get to another log on the rock scenario. Chuck already is ahead of me, and he gets this log and moves it out of the way, which at this point the big guy is a little tired and gets washed up with the leaves. So at that point, as my opportunity, I pick up the line and bring him in and scoop him up, and I have him.
Yes.
So that is the Goliath rainbow for this creek. A lot of people said it was the biggest rainbow that they've ever seen someone catch in this area. He ends up being a trophy citation of 24 inches long. We get the hook out of him, and we put him back in the water.
This is, I couldn't have done it without this guy right here. This is my guide with Fly Fishers of Virginia. Go ahead, tell us your name, sir.
Chuck Davis.
Chuck Davis. Chuck is the man. So thank you guys.
Look at this beautiful trout bath. And for the rest of the day, that's what we caught. Beautiful rainbow trout. Between 12 and 16 inches. We caught them in the run. We caught them in the shallows, on the rocks. We caught them by little boulders and down trees and logs, under bushes like this one, which gave a lot of fight. And you can see he was kind of a scrapper, but he still had a lot of fight in him. We caught him under down brush, and we caught him in the riffles. We caught him in the bubbles, and all day we just caught rainbow trout back to back. Beautiful, beautiful fish. What a beautiful creek. We didn't catch any brookie or brown trout for the day, but we did catch a monster in the run, a beautiful 24-inch rainbow trout. Now, back through the Shenandoah Valley, our journey ends here. Till next time, as always, good vibes, tight lines.